how's it going YouTube? It's your boy Salvation Sauce. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best center build in the game. This center build is sort of like an Anthony Davis build. That's really the best player I could think of to compare it to, because you're going to be good at shooting, you're going to be good at finishing, and you're going to be an elite defensive player. You're going to be able to guard all 5 positions. Real quick before we get into the build, remember to hit the subscribe button if you're new, and also please remember to stab that like button to death. Now let's get into this build. So for the height, you have to go down to 6'10". That's the only height you should be as a center, and the reason for that is if you go any taller than 6'10", you will no longer be able to get the clamps badge. Now clamps is a lot more important if you're a guard or a wing player, but you want to be able to switch onto smaller guys and also guard the perimeter. You can't just expect to sit in the paint on defense the whole time. You're going to have to switch off sometimes, and you're going to have to guard smaller players who are quick and can handle the ball, so you definitely want to be able to put clamps on. Now, the reason you don't want to go lower, and a lot of people on old gen loved going lower than 6'10", a lot of people doing 6'8" or 6'9", but the reason you have to do 6'10" on next gen is because you need to be at least 6'10" to get standing contact dunks. This is super important as a big man because obviously you want to be able to dunk on all the other centers that are guarding you. You're going to be able to grab the rebound and then dunk on your man right away. That's why you gotta be 6'10". Then for the weight, you want to go down to 227. Centers are the slowest position in the game because you're the tallest, you're the biggest player on the court, so you want to make sure that you're getting a good amount of speed on this build. Everyone knows how important it is to be fast in this game, so you're gonna need that speed. You also don't want to go too low because then your strength and your interior defense are gonna be ruined. So I feel like putting it at 227 is the perfect balance between strength, interior defense, and speed. For the wingspan, you want the wingspan to be at least 7'6". The reason it has to be at least 7'6" is because your driving dunk goes up to a 92, and that's what you need to get contact dunk animations. You could also go a little bit higher, it goes up to 7'8", but I'm gonna keep it at 7'6" because I want to keep my mid-range and 3-point above an 80. But if you go higher, you are probably going to get a few more blocks and it's going to make you a better defender. But I'm not too worried about that because we're already going to be a really good defensive build and we're going to get a whole lot of defensive badges. For the body shape, I went with built because Anthony Davis is a built guy. And who doesn't want to be built? What, you want to be a fat fuck and go with burly? No, pick built like a real man. Not that it matters, you could honestly pick anyone you want. But anyway, moving on to the attributes. Now, the first thing that I want to address about the attributes is the pass accuracy. Putting the pass accuracy at a 65 gives us our 1 playmaking badge that we wouldn't have if we lower it to a 64. This 1 playmaking badge is really expensive to get in terms of how many shooting and finishing badges we're sacrificing to get this pass accuracy. I think pass accuracy is important, but I really don't like sacrificing that many shooting and finishing badges. So I know a whole lot of centers would like to get break starter on, but I would suggest that you play without it. I don't know if you should put 0 points into pass accuracy. You can play around with it and see what you could do. If you lower it to a 50 and put some more points into free throw, you could get 17 shooting badges instead of 15. I think setting it up like this would probably be the best way to set up this build for a rec player, because this way you're going to have a decent amount of pass accuracy, so you're going to be able to make those deep passes, which would probably be turnovers if your pass accuracy was a 25. And not only that, you have a really good free throw. And for centers in rec, that's really important because as a center, you're going to be getting fouled a lot. So it's always important to have a good free throw as a center. But if you're a park player, you could honestly sacrifice a little bit more of your pass accuracy. Because in park, you're playing on a smaller court, so you don't have to make as many really deep passes as you would on rec. Because on rec, the court is way bigger, so you're gonna need that pass accuracy to make those really deep passes. But if you're a park player, you could just lower it all the way. You could put that into your post control and get a whole lot of finishing badges, or you could put a little bit more into your free throw to get more shooting badges. It entirely depends on how you want to set up the build. So keep playing around with it and try to figure out the best way to set up the build for you. The other thing I want to address is the close shot, because centers are really the most important build to have the close shot, but I decided not to put anything on the close shot. I wish I could put some points into close shot, but unfortunately, this game punishes you by giving you way less badges if you upgrade your close shot. And with a build like this, we want to have as many badges as possible. And you're going to need to make some sacrifices if you want to make the best all-around build. And just to show you guys how badly upgrading the close shot affects your build, I'm going to lower the driving layup to a 70 and put that into the close shot. That made us lose 5 finishing badges, and our close shot only went up by 6 points. So that's what I mean when I say it's not worth upgrading your close shot. I know you're gonna have to change your playing style if you're used to taking those hook shots, because close shot affects hook shots, so remember that. So you're not really gonna be that good of a post scorer. You're gonna have to rely more on driving, taking layups. Your driving dunk is a 92, so you are gonna be able to get contact dunks. If for some reason you don't care about getting contact dunks and you don't care about your driving layup, maybe you could try to lower those and then try to put some points into your close shot. But look, even when I put both of them in the 60s, here, we'll even lower them both to a 60, our close shot only goes up to a 40. And then we're down to 5 finishing badges. So again, I don't think it's worth upgrading. But if you guys really want to, you guys could try to figure out what you want to sacrifice to put it into that. But I don't think it's worth it. Then our standing dunk is also really high, so we're going to be able to get contact standing dunk animations. So that's sort of going to help balance out the fact that you don't have a good close shot. And it's much better to pass the ball out to the shooter on the outside, on the perimeter, rather than force a standing layup over another big man. Post control is also decent, so you're going to be able to do a few stuff in the post. Also, if you want to take post fades, you can, because you have a good mid-range rating. Your three-pointer also goes up to an 80. An 84 free throw is really good for a center. You could even upgrade your free throw even more if you want to get even more shooting badges, but I think 18 is pretty good. You don't really need speed with ball because you're not going to be handling the ball that much as a center, and same thing with ball handle. And even if you put your ball handle up to like a 50 or a 60, it's still not really going to make that big of a difference. You're still going to get the ball stolen from you pretty easily. So it's really best to try to not handle the ball with a build like this. I don't really think I need to discuss the defense too much. We get 27 defensive badges. So it's going to be pretty easy for you to defecate on your man on defense. Steal is also a lot like close shot. You're going to lose a lot of badge points if you upgrade your steal. And I have other builds that have a 25 steal rating and I use them all the time. And I could still get a good amount of steals with them, so I would not worry about the steal rating. Then for the physicals, 74 speed is pretty good for a center, and it's going to go up to a 78 once you get the gym rat badge. Your accelerations are decent. Strength is really important for a center. I maxed it out. That's going to help you maintain your stamina while finishing layups and dunks through traffic. It's also going to help you set much better screens, and it'll make it more difficult for people to score on you in the post. I've discussed vertical many times. You need to have it at a 70 if you want to get the best dunk animations, and then of course stamina at a 90, just like all my other builds, because you don't want to drop dead and have a heart attack in the middle of the court while playing 2K. Now for the takeovers, for your primary, I would say probably See the Future is the best one. It shows you right where the rebound is headed. Then for your secondary, you could honestly pick any one of these defensive takeovers. All 3 of these are really good, but Paint Intimidation is really the best because you're not always going to go for blocks and you want to go for more contested shots because you don't want to be spamming Y too much and you don't want to accidentally foul your man. Interior bad drop is also another really good one. I'm sort of struggling to pick between these two, but once you get the Black Mamba badge, you're going to be able to change it whenever you want. So I'm not going to think about it too much for now, and I'm going to go with Paint Intimidation. And we finished the build as a paint beast. If you go look at Anthony Davis is also a paint beast. And you're just going to be the best possible all-around center build in the whole game. Let me know what you guys think of this build down in the comment section. Also, if you didn't yet, remember to subscribe, turn on notifications, and murder the like button in cold blood and send it to hell. I'm planning on making one more build video after this one. I'm going to be making a two-way sharpshooter, like the best 3-and-D player you could make in this game. And after that, I'm gonna sort of stop with the build videos because I've made a good amount. Unless if they drop a huge update which changes some huge thing, but I don't think they're gonna change anything because I sort of like where the game is right now. Also, make sure to go back and check out some of my old build videos, such as my LeBron build. I'm gonna leave the link for that in the description. Also, if you haven't already, go follow me on Twitter and Instagram because I drop news of new videos coming out and all that stuff over there. But that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you all for watching and have a splendid day. Hey!